Foundation, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Get geared up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th when every red tag machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years with testosterone therapy from Limitless Male. You can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Husker fans know when you work together, great things happen. At Cornhusker Bank, they're more than your financial partner. With 5 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Omaha, they're your neighbors, your teammates, and your biggest fans. Whether you're saving for your first home, planning your future, or growing your business, they're right here in Nebraska to help you move forward together. Visit cornhusker.bank to learn more. Cornhusker Bank, member FDIC. Doing life together.
It's been a busy day in sports. A lot has happened while you were up to your eyeballs in work. Catch up on what went down in Nebraska athletics, college sports, and your favorite pro sports leagues. This is Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Sponsored by Canopy Street Market. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
It is Monday night, 10:02 p.m. local time. Harrison Arons.
Do you know where your kids are?
Do you know where your kids are? Some of them are listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Some are listening in the car. Some are on digital streams.
Some are probably watching the highlights. Husker hoops, men or women's, both got wins.
Big wins, as they should. Early season matchups for the upside.
Shout out Austin Norman quickly. If you want to get more of the post game, don't do it now. Wait till midnight and stay up late. But you can listen to Austin Norman. He hopped on Raf's Good Takes. He gave us the rundown of the game and everything that he saw, and obviously he saw it live. So pretty good rundown of it.
Yeah, I mean, lots to talk about in the space. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. Lots to update. Again, the ladies get off to a good start with a big win this afternoon at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Some interesting stat lines there. The men with a slow start, they finally get it together and win going away this evening at Pinnacle Bank Arena. There's lots to talk about with Husker wrestling. Husker bowling goes on tour again this week. They're back at it. The Huskers went on tour. They went to Annapolis.
They're going to Fort Worth
for the Navy Classic.
It's upcoming weekend and down in Texas.
And then Husker wrestling hosts their first home meet of the year against Army Friday night, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock first match, not 7 o'clock.
Also, they're hanging up some
I'm not
banners.
Here's the thing, right? Mark Manning is going to come in tomorrow for Takedown Tuesdays, 5 o'clock. He has a ton of announcements to make.
Okay, I know they're building this up to be really cool. There's just more to it, is what I'm hearing.
I'm going to let the head coach do what head coaches do.
I'll let him do it as well.
I'm going to let head coaches do what coaches do. Huskers women's tennis hosting the Invitational. They're down there. As a matter of fact, a couple of the Husker young ladies will be playing tomorrow at 11. So you can get free tennis all day tomorrow down at Dillon Tennis Center, where the Huskers play. It's indoors, of course. So, but it's all day, kind of pro tournament. And lots of tennis all day long for the rest of the week, all the way through, I believe, through Sunday. And then a busy week, Husker volleyball Thursday night and Saturday afternoon. Saturday is going to be a crazy day around Lincoln for a variety of reasons. There is the men play at noon. The women play at 2:30, or volleyball plays at 2:30.
Yeah, volleyball does.
Women's basketball plays at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Huskers play UCLA. We will start our pregame show for football at 5. But what it also means is, and this is kind of how I think it will lay out, Husker Hoops with the Husker postgame hoops show around 2:30-ish, somewhere in that window. And as Husker volleyball plays, then in their post match, probably around 4, we will have Mandy Monson come in and break down that from 4 to 5, which should be the lead in right into Husker football pregame for UCLA. Also, while the women are playing at 5, to be able to keep track of that and share the stories as well. Waiting for some communication with the wrestling department and the athletic department about what our plans are for Friday. We will. It is my immediate thought that we will, in fact, do a wrestling post-match show.
I think it'd be.
The question is whether it would be from down there, Devaney, or not, or back here. One of the two. There was some. I don't know if there's a game at Seacrest this Friday. So I was talking to Nick. Wherever they would go, they would have to be on site somewhere else, and of course that always changes the enthusiasm level during cold weather of where. I think Lincoln East and Creighton Prep was an option if you were going to be if Creighton Prep had room for them to broadcast from. So we'll work that out and we'll release that schedule some point tomorrow once we hear from One, hear from the athletic departments. Two, hear from the schools themselves.
Mhm.
But yeah, Nick's message was Creighton Prep. They want to see if they have room. If they do, it'll be Lincoln East or Creighton Prep. If not, probably then Waverly or Seward. But Waverly doesn't have an indoor press box, so that's not fun. Lincoln East is the only Lincoln team left in any class, which, I mean, we will carry all of the state games.
Yeah, Nick does a great job every year.
With that, Lincoln schools are not. We're going to give that sort of coverage. It also allows us to do that sort of thing. So, again, with full support, depending on the listeners whether they want to be involved or not. But Husker wrestling, in a perfect world, Husker volleyball, Husker football, Husker wrestling post game shows, Husker men's basketball. We may attempt to get to a point where we get enough support.
Mhm.
We do women's basketball because I think they are in the expectation of having a pretty good season and pretty good run. Of course, we have the coaches, the volleyball, Jaden Reyes show, and then Mandy Monson does the post game shows. And I'm also pondering in that space that Mandy probably deserves another hour at some point to have some of the conversations that she's having, post volleyball. I think some of her conversations are deserving of primetime slots. Maybe we'll figure that out. Of course, we have, Emma Spence doing her show, Ashley Mitchell doing her show. And of course, kudos to them both for doing what they do. The four young ladies from bowling who do an exceptional job each week. Of course, Caleb and Ridge doing theirs. Todd Rodriguez and what he does for gymnasts. More in that space. And then there's some others. Kaylee Dinker on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening.
Got all the great community shows. Pete Ferguson.
Yeah.
One of the nicest guys in the world.
Just a ton, right? To be able to push that information out there, right? And to be able to and there will be more. Herman Delmagro from women's tennis. Normally, week to week, he would do Mondays at 11 with me on one-on-one. But of course, this week and the early part of next week, they have the pro tournament, and so makes it difficult. He needs to coach the girls, the Husker girls who are playing in the tournament, and so.
Right. We still get Peter Colbelt Tuesday mornings, or is that?
But he's got
traveling.
He's got a travel and recruiting thing tomorrow. He's going to do Thursday. Of course, Anthony Lionheart Smith from 11 to 1 on Wednesday. Lots to talk about with him. UFC in the news and not in the good kind of way. But he's been hinting at some of this for a minute to kind of explain to people all along that there are some things in play and things you kind of have to deal with. And there's lots to talk about there. Of course, I've been away, so
I saw DP come in and he had some bags on him, and I asked him, "When'd you land?" Just now. Just came straight to the ticket office.
Just now.
Off the flight.
Just now. Yeah, because okay, so I went to DC. My older sister had a major surgery, and I'm her caretaker, so I kind of have to be there to walk her through some of those things. To be there for that, I also saw Barry Thompson.
Taking care of family, meeting with friends and family is important.
Yeah, I mean,
you never need an excuse to do that.
You don't. Well, but I'm not home.
True.
And I don't know. I'm a little busy here. So it's not always convenient to just up and go, although Becky and I have worked diligently to try to make that a little bit easier for us.
Well, you guys come back and, luckily the flights hopefully didn't go too straight because you did make it back for the game, the blackout game, which was good. They were able to be there because that was, pretty iconic moment. And then you're back out to Denver?
Yeah, I was out to Denver. It's
probably got some nice points on flights though.
It's funny too that so I flew out Saturday morning from DC back to Lincoln, which means you always have a stop, and then of course there are delays and the like. I get back, I get in, I do the pregame show, go down to the stadium, do the ball game, come back here, do the postgame show. I think Austin and I got done pretty late, 1:00, somewhere in that ballpark. I had to be at the airport at 4 in Omaha because for some reason, because of the quality of game that was going on, most of the flights Sunday morning were booked.
Yeah, that makes
It
sense.
was booked. So coming out of Lincoln, there were flights available, but they were like plus $1,200. Crazy numbers. Like I generally expected to be a couple hundred more.
That's
for the convenience.
most I've ever seen out of that.
It was crazy just to Denver, and Denver's a straight flight from here. You could bounce and go, but it was just cheaper at Sunrise from Omaha, which wasn't terrible because it's a straight flight. And,
Yeah, not bad.
Once you get up in the air, you don't have to deal with, like, if you're going to Chicago or Denver to transfer or lay over, it's always a little bit much. But I decided to just stay up. Like, I left here at 1. I had not, because I literally just got back in town, didn't have a chance to do laundry. Although I just needed a suit and something to wear on the plane both ways. Because I was going for a wedding. There was a young lady that
you suited up on the plane.
No, I carried it with me. But,
okay.
But
That's crazy.
I didn't pack. Like, I didn't pack before. I didn't have time to pack before
Right,
I
okay.
left, and I didn't want to rattle around while Becky's trying to sleep Saturday night, right? So I just got up an extra 20 minutes early, got the pack done. She drove me to Omaha, and God bless her for it, because there are times when she must look at me like, I love you, right? Right. It is a final in Dallas. Arizona wins at 27-17. But I'm not in the celebratory mode about Dallas. I got some other fish to fry. And we'll get to that over the course of the next 2 hours. But there was a wedding young lady that I was connected to and helped raise. She got married yesterday in Denver. Beautiful resort.
Which part of Denver?
So they stayed in Inverness.
I'm not familiar.
Inverness, which is like a golf resort.
Ooh.
Where the hotel is on like a golf course. Exceptionally well done.
I've never golfed in
Denver.
Yeah.
This is an amazing look. Mountains all around.
Yeah, of
gorgeous. And then the wedding and reception was at Spruce Ranch Mountain.
That just sounds nice.
Or Spruce Mountain Ranch. I'm not sure which one's first. But I'll send you a couple of pictures from it, which is about 20 minutes outside of Denver, or outside of where we were staying, outside of the hotel. It's either Spruce Mountain Ranch or Spruce Ranch Mountain. Gorgeous. Just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I found it.
Gorgeous. Like I was like, what is happening? And it was a 4:00 wedding. So you got some of the sunlight and the sunset over the mountains. I was trying to describe it to Becky as new rustic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's got that cozy cabin feel, but you walk in, it feels elegant at the same time.
Yeah. Beautiful wedding. I was trying to figure out, I told Becky that I think this was, aside from our wedding, I thought this might have been the second best wedding I've ever been to.
I know a lot of people in the Midwest will love that venue.
It's a great call. Like, if you're looking for a place that's outside of it, his family is from there, so there's some point to that. And but they're actually living in Silver Spring, Maryland. They're living where Jay's from. So there's that. So shout out to James and Breezy for their beautiful ceremony. They're the first couple that I know of, and I know musicians, but they wrote and sang their own wedding song.
That's awesome.
Together, like at a duet. And I mean, I was like, okay. Like, because sometimes that could be,
Yeah, it depends how it goes, right?
Yeah, but that was not it. This was amazing. And
I'd imagine if they were going to do it for their wedding, they were like, we know this is good.
Well, there have been some weddings where sometimes I question the decision making.
The speeches, I haven't heard someone try to sing though. I've ran into some really bad speeches.
Well, no, so they had his sister sing, the traditional love song,
Mhm.
right? But then they did their own song, like for their first dance together. It was them. They were dancing to themselves. It was very well done and very cool. And I was like, okay. And then they did a really cool thing. So they probably had 100 guests, and both of them are extremely kind and considerate and thoughtful. And for each, so they did the table assignments, and on the table, how you found out where you were sitting. Now they had a list of what table you were at, but to determine where you were supposed to sit, they had a nameplate. Except for it wasn't a nameplate. It was this 3D thing with your name on it, and they put something from it that was relevant only to you.
Oh, that's cool. They put a personal touch on there.
Right.
Normally people do that. They'll use like nicknames to make that. But that's a cool idea.
No, this was very well done. And so in my particular case, I walk up and I see my name, and they're sitting on top, and it's like a little trophy. It was like a little trophy. And I was actually like, okay, well done. Like I'm not even
a little trophy. I'm trying to think, would I be able to guess?
Can you see it from here?
I kind of can. It looks like a medal. I can't see it well enough.
It's a microphone.
Oh, no.
It's a microphone. And I was like, wow, okay. This was very cool. And
that's well done. That is cool. That's cooler. That's a nice little personal touch to it.
Yeah, like it matters, right?
Well,
Like
you'll have that you'll look at that and you'll remember that day.
It's on my desk. I just shared it with you. I just texted it to you. But it's sitting on my desk. Like I had to wrap it to get it back, because I need to put it in luggage. And I triple wrapped it just so that I could share it and put it on my office desk. And that's where it is. And it was cool. There were some athletes there, so their sport was on it. There's a young man that I've been mentoring. He was there. He's a football recruit. Yes, I was recruiting for Nebraska. And his was football. And what was funny, to the universe, yes, he sat next to me.
Of course.
Oh, Harrison.
Hey, sometimes things work out. Things pay off.
Oh, if you think that wasn't on purpose, you are missing the code.
Well, it was on purpose because you worked.
Well, but his sister did it, but she was like, okay. And the funny thing was that we weren't actually, so we were at the same table, but he moved his nameplate thing next to mine. and it's so funny too. Are you okay? So fantastic meals, by the way, by this place.
Ooh, what was the main entrees?
Brisket.
Nice, good. Always a classic.
Brisket, stuffed chicken.
Okay, nice.
And mashed potatoes and veggies, like together and like in full abundance. Although you could order vegetarian, you could order just the brisket or just the chicken. It was very good. Very good. I mean, Colorado, they did the dang thing. But the young man is so funny because he's there. And so his sister, he's got 4. So it's a multiple family. And he's got 4 natural sisters. And then he has 4 other half siblings. And so they're all there. So next to him is one of his sisters. But she's not there when the food arrives. Now, he sees the plate. And he's just eating off of her plate before he eats his, right? grown kid, 16 years old, grown kid. So he's just eating her food. And then when she gets back to the table, she takes the plate and hands it to his grandmother, who has predetermined that she was going to switch plates with her granddaughter, not knowing that her grandson would be eating the entire plate the whole time. And it was like, Whoops. Oh, that didn't go as planned. Wow. Sorry, Grandma.
Boy was hungry.
He's 250 pounds. Yeah, grown boy.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, I'm hungry, but I get it.
Yeah,
you get yours, man.
Well, Grandma was like, "That's cool." That's fine. And then they had another very cool thing about the wedding. They have these new. So you're not old. Did you ever use Polaroid cameras?
Yeah, my dad. I remember we at the. I think he still has.
Did
Polaroid.
you use it? Have you ever used it?
Yeah, I've used it.
Okay.
We used to mess around, take pictures of each other with it.
Yeah.
Instant. You know.
Yeah.
Did the things where you shake it,
Yeah.
even though I don't know if that does anything. You put it up to the light.
Yeah. Well, they had one that did miniature Polaroids.
Yeah, those are popular. There's
Right.
a taste of nostalgia for the Polaroid.
Right. And then you just take, so they're on the table and you just take pictures and then leave them on the table. And then the couple gets all of the pictures left on the table throughout the course of the wedding and the reception. And it was just very well done. So
that's a good idea. More people, because the book's great too. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with the book and the message, but getting a bunch of pictures too along with that's a cool story. You have more detail with it.
Yeah. There was a lot. Like there are a lot of moments that were captured. I'll share one that they captured. Literally, it was just a collection of the families, just kind of goofing off. And so well done. And then I made it back tonight. I left this afternoon. I got back. I had to fly into Omaha, which is a whole other discussion we need to have at some point.
Is that because this is the USC fans, and they might be totally right on this. They said, "My lord, Omaha is the smallest airport, considering the population," or is that not true?
It's a small airport,
and with the construction going on, it's even worse right now.
It's a small airport.
Yeah,
and you would think. I mean, it comes to fruition. College World Series, right? But a lot of the people who are coming in like the teams aren't flying charter. I mean, coach, like they're flying private charter.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people that come in, and then a lot of the people who come in for the week, it's pretty much a tradition for them. Unless your team's never been here before, then there's that. But it's a small, and it's not the smallest of it. Like, it's just, for me, how do I want to spend that 55 minutes? And the question is, like, in some cases, it's sleeping longer. Because once you're moving into the travel, so whether it's getting up to get to the airport and like dressing, getting to the airport, or getting dressed, getting your stuff, driving to Omaha, taking the flight, which may be a direct flight because it's Omaha, more options for direct flights. And then when you come back, you get in the car and you have the 55-minute drive home. Or you can spend those 2 hours in a layover in Chicago or Denver to get to wherever you're going that's not Chicago or Denver. So how do you want to spend your time, and then how do you want to spend your money? And then sometimes they make it, and Omaha needs to explain itself sometimes. And so does Lincoln, because Rachel Barth, I'm going to call you out, to kind of explain the price difference, that often it is a lot more to fly out of Lincoln.
Yeah, we went because when I last flight I went down to Arizona, and a lot of time we drove down to Omaha and fly through Legion, because Legion's, you go to Omaha, it's always pretty cheap,
right?
And it barely cost me
and
anything.
Southwest is there, so that's certainly
Southwest is there. I always just go to Legion, because Legion's like, for the smaller trips, like to Arizona, it's like they don't charge you very much at all, and it's always a direct flight.
Well, I was, and what led, so the travel this weekend led to some of that, but then as we head to this portion of college football season, the bowl game projections start.
Yeah.
And then you start to, I'm sure folks who have lived there their whole lives have figured out a way, like what bowls you would go to, how to get there, how long you want to stay, that sort of thing. But some of the bowl games that are projected, now it's different this year because remember the additional, you've got 12 teams in the playoff.
Yeah, some bigger bowl games are to be had.
So 3 of the 3 top spots, imagine that before 3 years ago, one Big Ten team would go to the playoff, and then everybody else would fall in line for the bowl games that are Big Ten, alliances or allies. And then it went to 8, and so 2. But this year, that could be 3 or 4. Probably 3.
I think 3.
Probably 3.
4 feels like too much, just the way things have shaken out.
Well, it seems like a lot to ask.
Well, hey, I'll tell you right now.
Seems like a lot to ask, but
Iowa is gonna have that opportunity.
I don't know that they will.
If they beat Oregon and then they beat USC back to back.
Well, they have to beat Oregon, USC, and Nebraska. So I just don't think that happens.
I know. I just like that Iowa game. We'll get to it eventually in a couple of weeks, but
the projection people are projecting who's going to win the rest of the games on their schedule. They're not just going, okay, this is where they stand right now. They're projecting because they know who has a tough schedule going forward.
Yeah, they're probably projecting a loss for Iowa.
Right. Well, I would imagine that there are people who project these things who would project that Nebraska would be favored in all the games remaining. There are those that not real sure they could be underdogs in all 3 games, quite frankly. I mean, you're on the road to UCLA. You're on the road to Penn State. You're on the road to Penn State, right? They're never going to really just give you a whole bunch of points to go to Happy Valley, even if they're 3-6. They're just not going to do it. What is the spread for Nebraska UCLA now that I think about it? And then Iowa will be fully based on, again, what happens with them and Oregon and USC before we face them, before Nebraska face them.
Bruins are favored 2.5.
Yeah. So
that remains, depending on the result of this game. The game's going forward, probably not favored in any right now.
Right. And a weird thing happened. Like I need to look at. Well, the projections are funny. So we'll go through. There's a couple of different projections, and I went through 3, and they all have Nebraska going to a different place, facing a different team. But it also tells me that the people doing projections also aren't really sure what Iowa's going to do. They're not sure what Oregon or what Minnesota's going to do. Oddly enough, all of them picked Minnesota to go to the Pinstripe Bowl, which, unless they think that is a preference thing, which it may be, because the programs could have the right to say, yeah, we'd like to go here. Like if you're Big Ten friendly, of all the Big Ten friendly bowls, this is where we would like to play because we have a fan base there. Our people don't mind traveling to New York City, that sort of deal.
Easier trip for sure.
So we'll talk about that, Harrison. Now, the Monday Night Football game's over, so we'll have everybody.
We're back live right now.
Welcome we'll come back, but we'll officially welcome them to late night when we come back.
Vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as 1 pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Whether it's a lunch you've packed from home or one that's sitting on a cafeteria tray, lunchtime is more than just a meal. It's a chance to grow. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Talk to your kids about what they eat, how they treat others, and the little lessons that happen between the bites. Because lunchtime teaches more than just nutrition. It builds character too. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de the Alzheimer's Association y the Ad Council.
Want to quit tobacco? You don't have to do it alone. The Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line can help you quit any type of tobacco. We offer professional coaches to help you create a personalized quit plan with an online community to support you along the way. Plus, we'll connect you to resources like medications to help you quit, so you have everything you need to become tobacco-free. Quit with confidence. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired in association with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service. But it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free. So visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out with us late night here on The Ticket, 402-464-5685. Of course, all of the Ticket video streams are available to you. And we appreciate you hanging out. Again, the Monday Night Football game ended with the Arizona Cardinals victorious. Jacoby Brissett, man,
he ball out? Just looking at the numbers, he looked good.
He did. They gave him game ball. They gave him the game ball.
Oh, those Cowboys.
You know,
I actually thought the Cowboys were all right for a bit this season. I thought that was like, you know what? They're doing the darn thing. And then it just kind of went off the rails.
That one team from the NFC East is going to make the playoffs. That's it. One team. I felt bad. Let me apologize publicly. And I hold full accountability for this. I apologize to all of the quarterbacks for teams that I root for because they all got hurt this weekend. And it's my apology. CJ Stroud got a concussion. I'm sorry, brother. My apology.
And they could have had that game too.
You know,
he was all right.
To Mr. Daniels, I'm sorry. I have to, you know, Dylan Raiola, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that my fandom caused the only one that survived, and thank goodness for it, Bryce Young of the Panthers didn't get hurt. So they didn't score. He played like he was hurt, but they didn't. He wasn't hurt.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't root for Williams.
Bruh.
Keep him safe.
Bruh. Like, I felt terrible.
I
felt terrible.
The Daniels one, every now and then you have one of those injuries where you just see it and it makes your spine shiver a little bit.
Not pretty.
I hope he's all right. Because I'm not gonna lie, that was a fun rivalry going there for a bit. No one likes to see great players go down like that.
Well, I mean, and of course, all the conversation of Dylan, and I had asked some questions Saturday night / Sunday morning over the policy of that type of injury, any type of injury, where precautionary measures are in play. And when they talk about compliance and meeting protocols for that, my fingers were crossed, because I'm like, if having been around the game long enough, you see enough injuries to have a pretty good idea about what's going on. So the idea behind it for me was, if it's bad enough for him not to play, he shouldn't be on it. He shouldn't be on it. So imagine that if it was a high ankle sprain, you're doing more damage to it. You're hindering. And that's a conversation between coach, player, and
the player's always
doctor.
going to want to tough it out. Is the challenge.
No, but see, here's the thing. Yeah, this is why they have concussion protocols in place, that you must follow the protocol.
Exactly.
No matter what. Player can tell you, I'm fine. No, but we're going to follow the protocol. We're going to follow the compliance. One, for legal responsibility. Two, for health and humanity. That
take care of you.
You take. Well, I mean, I say it a million times. And I've been on staffs where I had to fight with coaches and parents who wanted a kid to play, and I just didn't think it was appropriate. But then you get into the semantics, right? You get into the blurred lines of, well, I'm going to make a decision that's, as the coach, I can't tell you how to parent your kid, but I can make a decision whether I put them in a situation that's not good for them from a health standpoint, from my sightline advantage.
Well, if you're the coach too as well, you don't want to be responsible for something horrible that does go wrong, let alone see it happen if you see a risk of it.
Happens. Like, there are kids who take a hit and, I'm fine. Okay, go back in there. And then they get another hit, and then, they pass out or something terrible happens. But on the idea of a broken leg, well, if it's broken, even at a minimum stress level, probably shouldn't be on it. And I understand the gladiator to it, right?
Yeah, I totally get players in that competitive instinct.
But
sometimes adrenaline too will make you think it's not as bad as it is, and that's where you need the professionals to.
Well, but it's always, it's a fighter. It's the stuff we talk about with Anthony, the warrior, and is that, you know what? No, you're gonna beat me. I'm not gonna quit. Like, I'm not gonna just take myself out, right?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. And we listen to Ridge and Caleb tell the wrestling stories that, quite frankly, he's on his head, and he's got 13 seconds to stay off his back to win a national title. And you go, that can be healthy. It's the weight cut process. Some would say that can't be healthy.
You go look at the camera, the video of it. It doesn't look healthy.
Right.
Shout out to Rich for enduring it.
Right.
But head was.
But the weight loss process, I mean,
yeah.
They're never healthy. Once the season starts, they're never healthy. You have to know what healthy is and define what degree of health is required for you to compete and be safe. It's you're never going to be fully away from it, because if you've got a bad knee and you're wearing a knee brace, that dude's going to attack the knee. That's just part of the deal. So those are parts of the discussions that happen. And I'm just speaking, and again, there's no criticism of anybody who coaches another way or parents another way, or warriors a different way. I would never tell a player that wasn't mine whether he should play a sport or not, like going back in the game. But my rule of thumb has always been never choose the game over the player.
Yeah.
But that's just my rule, and it's worked for me. It allows me to sleep at night. That in a career of 30 plus years 90 teams that I'm never going to put. Now, there are times when, as a coach, I didn't take my own medicine. There are times when I was in pain. I literally, before I had my back surgery, I was sitting on a pillow coaching basketball, and then proceeded to coach a whole baseball season with a fractured.
And then every now and then you saw people playing catch. You're like, let me take a swing at this.
Yeah, and you go, oh boy. So I understand it, but I also know that when it's somebody under my charge, and it's the same thing that if you came in to work sick, I would just tell you go home. 1, for you. 2, for everybody else.
100%.
Right? That 1, I want you to get better. 2, I do not want you to put anybody else at risk. And all of that's in play, and I can just go, oh, it's a tough day, and it's a game day. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, you know what's crazy, though, is like that seems like the most rational thing to do, and it feels like common sense. If interns text me, that's what I tell them. Like, hey, miss, man, like even not just for you, but for everybody else, stay home. People have been at other places where if you are sick, they'll be like, come in. I don't believe it's crazy. So you do run into people like that, though.
Yes, but I've been that. I want to say in my 5 years here, aside from surgeries, right? Surgeries, just sickness. I generally tend to stay healthy enough to not miss time because of health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important. So that means I have to make decisions, solid decisions all the time, right? Take the vitamins, get to sleep. You got to do all the Hulk Hogan things, right? Take your vitamins, say your prayers.
Get your steps in.
Right.
Do good on that by
right.
walking all the time.
Right. I mean, but that's just for me. And then I can't tell. Everybody here has their own level of fitness and
it varies. There's a fluctuation here.
Right. And I try to stay as far away from it as possible, as long as they aren't putting themselves at risk and they're not putting their coworkers at risk. When it comes to teams and playing and everything else, I fully understand when you say, listen, I love the kid, and I if you can't be out there and protect yourself, then I don't want you back in the game. But I would have also taken a step further that if he can't protect himself in a game, being on the sideline of a Big Ten football game, how many times per game do you see a tackle take place on the sideline and people get wiped out?
Quite a bit.
That would be why. Okay, listen. As soon as you're injured, go in the tent, or go in the locker room, get the pictures, right? Have the professionals tell us, give us more data. Tell us what's wrong. What is the injury?
Mm-hmm.
Before we can make any other decisions, we're going to pause, and then whatever the injury is, we will address that and then adjust from there. Without all of the data, you're just going on a hunch. And that's when, again, 2-a-day practices, 100 degrees, people are dehydrated. Somebody, takes a knee, and you go, okay, I'm not going to stand over you and berate you. I'm going to, hey, doc, I need you to come here, get more data, and then tell us what's best for this young man. Like don't worry about the team. Don't worry about
even
coach.
If you're on a hunch that, you think they're all right, like that is not a hill worth dying on.
I would never think that, because that means that I don't trust my players.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I? No. If you tell me, here's Harrison, if you call me tomorrow morning and said, listen, DP, I'm sick. I think it's best if I just chill. It is not my job, my place, or my want to question. No, but whatever's going on with you, if I've done the right thing, I've entrusted the right person to make that decision, and then I've built enough following and backup to cover and make sure that the business still goes forward and the game goes on. But I never want to go,
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
And also, with me being out sinks the ticket, that's a bigger problem on you than it is whatever it is on me.
That is a full thing. That if I need more people, I need more people. And that's part of it. So I pulled up the Big Ten football standings, and we will talk about that, because as we head into bowl game conversation, with 6 wins, you're bowl eligible. There's a number of teams who have already qualified, already met that number. Then it becomes looking at the rest of the schedule and trying to make sense of that as well. So Harrison RSVP Late Night.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service. But it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free. So visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
If you are a business owner, I want you to think about the amount of time you've spent worrying about safety and security. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies design custom solutions for security, communication, and so much more. From automated security to secure video conferencing, their team sits down with you to get to know you and what your business needs. Manage your operations and get notified when there is suspicious activity. Save time and cut back on stress. Diode Tech always keeps you in the know. Contact them today at 402-793-5124.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Deciding on a college with your high school senior can be a little overwhelming for parents.
But applying for money to pay for it is simple. FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, is now easier than ever with fewer questions and faster fill-out times. If you have a high school senior, now is the time to apply for thousands of dollars for classes, books, and housing. Get started, Nebraska, at dothefafsa.org. Sponsored by Education Quest Foundation. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
Welcome back on a full night. Big wins for Amy Williams and Huskers basketball. That was an impressive win at Pinnacle Bike Arena.
The women dominating. What, they score over 100? 104?
They got 100 plus.
And then the Nebraska native for the men, Frager, leading scorer.
Frager leading the way, and I think those are all things that are in play. So we'll get to those in hour two, talk about those scores. We'll go up and down the score sheets. We also have some news, again, of course, Monday Night Football. The Arizona Cardinals traveled to Dallas and knocked them off. It is what it is.
The Brissett game, they're calling it.
Yeah, I mean, all things in play. And then a big week set up for the Huskers in the athletic department. Lots to talk about there. So we've got those things. I did want to talk about the Big Ten because, again, as we head to that point of the year where each game matters. And at 6-3, it can't be entirely woe is me.
No.
You can. Okay, this is
you
where
know who's saying woe is me? Wisconsin.
This is where I get in trouble because as an athlete, you go through too many wins and losses. I coached over 1,800 games. Do you know how crazy I would be if I took all of those as the most important thing of the day? Do you understand how many?
I think people would call you bipolar.
Oh my goodness! Like just to
that's
go through
sports.
And fortunately, I won 78% of our games. But based on that number, this 6-3 isn't enough. It's not enough. Now, if they win this week, that's a different discussion, right? Because you're back in the ball game. But if you've had a successful playing and coaching career and you're at 70th percentile, you give yourself credit. If you win 2/3 of your games, you give yourself credit. You pat yourself on the back. You celebrate because it's just not the norm. As a matter of fact, what that means is you're in the upper third of people doing what you do, because the bottom third of the people doing it don't have half the wins you do. The people right around you have something like the same number. And then you can aspire to getting to the top third and getting in that space. But in the Big Ten Conference, the top third is this. It is number one, Ohio State. They're undefeated. 8 wins. 9 wins for Indiana. 9 wins. Michigan is 7-2. Oregon 7-1. Iowa is 6-2. USC at 6-2. Minnesota at 6-3. Now, the thing about a couple of those teams is there are teams that 3 of those teams are Nebraska's losses.
Yep.
And you know what happens when you lose 3 times in the Big Ten? You fall to the middle of the pack. You're part of the middle third. Now, ideally, you want to be a part of the top third of that middle third, because that means you're going to not only to a bowl, but a good bowl, like one that doesn't suck for you. Your players can get excited about going to Phoenix or Las Vegas rather than sitting in a rainstorm or sleet storm or a slush storm at the Pinstripe Bowl. And it's New York City, and I love New York City. But
it's cold that time of year.
Yeah, not necessarily for Christmas. What I really want to do, although Becky and I mean, that was part of our deal, is that we would spend Christmas in New York City all the way up to New Year's Eve. I still have zero desire to sit in a slushy New Yankee Stadium to watch Husker football. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I'd much rather go to the Alliant, Stadium and see them in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right, to do that. But fortune smiles on the Big Ten Conference because they expand the playoff field So when there was 4 teams in, one of them was the Big Ten champion. When there were 8 teams in, it's the Big Ten champion and the runner-up. Pretty fair, pretty simple. Now you've expanded it again to 12, so a third Big Ten team is going to be pulled out of the bowl process into the playoff process. That means that 3 of the bowls that have agreements with the Big Ten Conference aren't going to get the normal level of team that they want. And they're going to be happy with it, because if that's the case, let's just say Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon are going to the playoffs. That means that Michigan would move all the way up to what used to be the number 2 bowl game for the Big Ten. Because number 1 is probably going to be one of these bowl games, playoff games, that like one of those buildings.
Yeah, they still have one of those for each of that. Oddly enough, it's the first game, because the second game, or no, it's the second. The first game, you get the home field advantage, and then the second round, you get the bowl games.
Yeah.
I think they need to flip that somehow.
Well, again, all in play, right?
Yeah.
And that means that Michigan goes from going to the number 3 bowl to the number 1 bowl. Well done. That also means that that Iowa or USC, they're going to bowls 2 and 3 for the Big Ten, and then that opens a space for Minnesota, Northwestern, Nebraska, Illinois, because that means 4 of 7. That's still 7 bowl games.
Yeah.
So if 3 teams from the Big Ten go into the playoffs, then that opens the door for another 6, maybe 7. The question becomes, what number gets the Pinstripe Bowl and who wants to go? Because all of these projections, whether it be ESPN, CBS, Fox, or whatever, all of them chose the Minnesota Gophers going to the Pinstripe Bowl. And again, maybe I missed something. Maybe PJ Fleck loves the Pinstripe Bowl and wants them to go. Well,
that would be one for him.
Proximity, you can drive from Minneapolis to New York. That's
easy travel for the fans.
Right. So there's some reason to that. We'll go through some of the records and the standings, and then we will go through the scorebook for basketball today. We'll go back to Annapolis as well to talk about the Navy Classic and Husker Wrestling, full volleyball week as well. All of that here on Late Night.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's been a busy day in sports. A lot has happened while you were up to your eyeballs in work. Catch up on what went down in Nebraska athletics, college sports, and your favorite pro sports leagues. This is Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Sponsored by Canopy Street Market. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arens and Derek Pearson.
Hour number 2, 11:05. We'll take you all the way up to midnight and then set you up for early break tomorrow morning. Harrison Arens, 402-464-5685. Harrison, where would you want to talk basketball? You want to talk about this Big Ten College Bowl?
We can talk a little bit of this Big Ten bowl scenarios because this is interesting.
Yeah,
and then we can get to basketball.
Yeah,
that is no offense, but it was West Georgia Wolves, good win.
Yes, we
can hash out some of these other games. More.
So the way it would work, there are 7+ bowl games, college football bowl games that have ties directly to and commitments to accepting the best available Big Ten eligible member. So as many Big Ten teams as can find 6 wins, and as Nebraska fans can tell you that sometimes somebody will get in with 5, somebody of note, somebody that has a group that will travel in proximity. Now, the current standings as they sit. So if you said, let's just say 3 for the sake of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
The top 3, we can imagine Ohio State, Indiana, and
Oregon,
right? Then 7 bowl games.
Yep.
So in no particular order, but Yes, kind of.
I think there's a clear hierarchy,
right,
when you really look at it.
That Michigan would be team number 1.
Michigan. Is it Iowa or Michigan right now?
It's Michigan.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You're right. Yeah. Michigan's 5-1, 7-2.
Then Iowa.
Yep.
Then USC. Right. That's 3. So that's 6 teams. And 3 bowls. So there's 4 more bowls of contractual obligation and consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're talking about Minnesota.
Yep. And right now,
Minnesota.
Pinstripe Bowls, where they got them projected.
Several people have them projected, but I have a sneaky suspicion that they win another game. Now, again, there it could be a place, and we'll go further into that sometimes business deals will sometimes lure a program to a location and a bowl game. Some folks would say, like, there's more value in Minnesota traveling to New York and Penn State traveling to New York and Maryland traveling to New York than Washington.
Real quick, how many SEC teams do you think will get in? Because this will because a lot of these are SEC.
We'll get to that because that's a number
yeah.
That you'll have to go through and track. But if there's 4 teams left, then if we said USC is the number 3 team, number 4 would be Minnesota. 5 would be Northwestern, but Northwestern is not completely bowl eligible yet.
Yep.
At 5-3.
And we got the win over those guys.
Right. So that's there. UCLA, big week for them.
We can also get the win over those
guys.
But
they only have 3 wins so far. They only have 3 wins so far. You do not want to give them win number 4.
Exactly.
Please, for the love of everything, please don't do that.
Washington's first.
Number 6 would be Washington.
I think Washington's the one that might move up.
They're
eligible.
eligible.
In terms of the hierarchy that we're laying out.
They're eligible. Illinois. Bowl eligible at 6-3, and the Huskers bowl eligible at 6-3. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we thought that's where we're working from. 2 of those teams would miss the bowl. Now, likely is UCLA. They lose to Nebraska this week. They fall to 3-6. They fall out of the conversation. Then Washington is already bowl eligible.
Yeah, I think Washington's sitting pretty. Until they play else.
I think all of those teams are sitting pretty. And I think that at large bowls are in play. And again, you got to be careful who you might end up playing. Maryland sits at 500 at 4-4. And I certainly think that if apples to apples, if Maryland reaches bowl eligibility, they sort of scream to the Pinstripe Bowl, take me.
Yes.
Take me. Because my Maryland team, now, mind you, Pinstripe Bowl might be, nah, we're cool. Y'all don't even go to your own game. Like,
we saw that crowd. There's a lot of Nebraska red.
Yeah, they're like, hey, so there's that. So I think, but then if Maryland loses, one of the teams they would lose to is Rutgers.
Well, they're 1-4 in conference play, which I didn't realize they've been struggling that much in conference.
But people like the Bulls.
That doesn't
care.
matter. Yeah,
Bulls don't care.
The conference record doesn't matter.
Bulls don't care.
That's how I assess some of the strength of how these teams will maybe finish out.
Yeah, but that there are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bowl eligible teams right now. 7 bowls plus 3 playoffs. There's your 10. There's your 10. Now, it gets complicated and wonky if UCLA finds a way to beat Nebraska, and then they're back in the discussion. But they still need 2 wins.
They got to close out the season.
They got to win the rest of their games. And USC is one of those teams.
Oh,
right. I think don't they always close in the
You're
rivalry game?
right, but I forget what that one's at.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't really, I guess, matter for either.
It's Rose Bowl or Memorial Stadium. Yeah, they're right down the street.
Get to about 60% capacity.
They can punt to one another. But that's in play. Now, some of the bowls that are in play make it interesting as well. So if you're talking about 10, here's the way it would look based on what we know. with Big Ten commitments of sort, and we'll put them in air quotes, that the very first one would happen the day after Christmas at the Game Above Sports Bowl, played at Ford Field in Detroit. Later that day, the Rate Bowl, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, would take a Big 12 and a Big 10 team. Now, the Game Above Bowl, in some cases, they've projected Nebraska there against like Ohio. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you get a MAC.
Right, you get a MAC team. The Rate Bowl is Big 12 versus Big 10. Some of that was pretty interesting. That is played in Phoenix. So one more win puts you more likely in Detroit and Phoenix than New York City.
Yeah, and I think
I'm just gonna keep saying it. Win the dang game so everybody don't have to sit in the snow, right? Because Detroit, you're playing indoors. Phoenix, you're playing in the sun. Like, come on, people. What are we doing?
also a lot cheaper to fly into Phoenix.
Just simple deal, right? Simple deal, especially the day after Christmas.
And we got a lot of snowbirds that literally have property in Arizona because they hate the winters here that much.
The day after Christmas. And listen, you want to win and play in the Rate Bowl because the Rate Bowl is 4:30. You can fly in that morning.
Yeah.
You can fly in that morning.
Decent time slot too. Get some
time.
eyes on you. It's not early. And
I'm good with that. On the 27th, of course, our famous Bad Boy Hours Pinstripe Bowl, which is 12 noon on the 27th. Then you can win another game, and talk about Music City Bowl. Music City Bowl, Nashville.
Got an SEC opponent
on
too.
the 30th.
Good TV.
Right? That you're going to go. It could be Tennessee. Could be Vanderbilt.
Well, that's just it.
Could be Missouri.
That's why I mentioned before, if like how many of these SEC teams are going to get in, because it's not like you'll be facing Georgia or Bama likely.
No, we're not talking about. But South Carolina's in play, right? It's that sort of level.
Yeah, so you'd be getting you'd likely be getting. Geez, there's a lot of good like Tennessee, maybe Missouri.
One of the projections had them playing Tennessee.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, and it's not because there's just that many good teams.
Well, there's a bunch.
Yeah,
there's a bunch.
My playoff number is going to be about 5. 6.
Well, but so then there's also with another win the ReliaQuest Bowl at the Raymond James at the Bucs Stadium in Tampa. It's in Tampa. I'm good with some December Tampa action.
It's not bad.
I'm really good. Shame on you, Scott Frost, for not putting the UCF folks in a position where we could be talking about that kind of game.
That would be electric.
Can't do it, but maybe Florida.
Hey, that'd be electric.
You know, maybe Auburn gets a comeback and finds
both
itself
teams looking for a coach.
Right. Like well, let's not jinx, folks. Let's not jinx, folks. Also in play for New Year's Eve. For New Year's Eve, December 31st. You know what would bring me much joy?
On New Year's
that
Eve?
means you've won 2 games. That means you won at least 2 games. Right? Maybe 3. But I think 2 is the number for this particular pocket. You win 2 games, go into this thing with 8 wins. You have the opportunity to go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas. For the Las Vegas Bowl against probably a Big 12 or an SEC or a really good Big 12. Right? And if you didn't, you're still in play with that 8 or 9 win season. Maybe you go to the Citrus Bowl.
There's a chance simply because there is a matter of business in this, and people know Nebraska travels incredibly well.
Well,
and if we're coming off that hype,
but you did in fact make a deal with an airline to fly direct to Orlando.
Yeah,
starting in December. So okay, let's do that. Pull your weight. Let's go to Citrus Bowl. We can go to the Camping World Stadium in Orlando, right? We can play in Scott Frost's building. You know,
that'd be just smile on your face.
Neener. And it's Orlando. So you can go to Disney for the new year.
Enjoy the weather.
Right.
Go check out the water.
Right. So, but you got to win a couple of games to do it. Winning 3 games certainly puts you in play. Winning 3 games, winning out allows you to choose of those which you want to go to. there was some conversation as well that some of the other bowls have said if it doesn't work out the way, I know that the Holiday Bowl said that they'd be interested. Of course, that's in San Diego. That's a January 2nd game, but you've got to win all 3 games to have that discussion or win 2. I think that what I saw was that you could win 2 and still go to the Holiday.
Yeah, I'd imagine if they're counting that Iowa win, you win. That's a pretty big game right there. Puts you in pretty good position.
Yep. So there are some opportunities, and then depending on how the Big 12 plays out, the Liberty Bowl would also accept because it's after the fact. If a 4th SEC team gets into play, then that sort of negates the pool. Can you pull up the Big 12 football standings, sir? Because I think in the play of it,
yeah. So you only got the one undefeated team left. I think it's just 3, right? BYU, Indiana, and Ohio State. Maybe there's another one I'm missing. SEC. You got another one in there.
Going.
Yep, but you got Texas Tech, 5-1 in conference play. Cincinnati. I'll just give you their overalls. 8-1 Texas Tech, 7-2 Cincinnati, 7-2 Houston, 7-2 Utah, 6-3 Arizona. So we get to the bowl eligible teams now. TCU 6-2, and then Baylor needs a win. Kansas needs a win. Kansas State needs 2 wins. Arizona needs 2 wins. Iowa State, just needs a win. UCF needs 2. Colorado needs 3. West Virginia needs 3, and Oklahoma State's out of the running unless they are out officially.
So we're in the range that UCF could actually still be in play for the Citrus Bowl if they can win 2 of 3.
Yeah, let me see who they have coming up here. Actually,
if they win 2 of 3, then they're going to host their own bowl game. And yeah, you bet your sweet Bippy that Nebraska would be pulled into that conversation.
Well, they actually got another game left. They got Houston, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and then number 8 BYU.
Oh, they're going 1 and 3, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
They're going 1 and 3. Sorry. Never mind. That's not going to happen. Arizona with 5 wins, Iowa State with 5 wins, Kansas with 5 wins, and Baylor. Now Baylor had projected.
Kansas State's only got 4. Oh, Kansas with 5. Yeah,
Kansas with 5, Kansas State with 4. Baylor has been bandied about for a potential matchup with Nebraska in one of the overflow bowls. Imagine BYU, Texas Tech, and either Cincinnati or Houston. If Utah wins out there in the conversation, so imagine 2 or 3 Big 12 teams in the conversation. But all of them, again, if 10 are bowl eligible, then they're going to go 1 for 1. That's just how it's going to work. You may end up, worst case, if you're Michigan, you could end up with like Utah in another brawl. So there's some games of note that you could put in. Now let's look at the SEC because
this is where I mean, how many teams make it to the college football playoffs? And
here's the thing: all of this is money, and if there's money to be made, these bowls are going to consider it. Currently sitting above 6 wins. Texas A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, Vandy, Tennessee, Missouri. That gives you 9. Again, I would think that the top 5 are in play because then after that, LSU. Oh, geez. Nebraska could end up in a bowl game against LSU.
They just need 1 win, and then they're bowl eligible.
1 win, Missouri with 1 win. Nope,
Missouri's in already.
Missouri's already in.
They won.
LSU needs a win. Mississippi State needs a win, and I think those are in play. And then Auburn, if it gets 2 wins, so the SEC will probably. It's fair to say they will probably have the most bids in the playoffs. A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss.
I think rightfully so this year, though.
Georgia, well, that's 4. 4 leaves out Texas, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Yikes. Yikes, sir. Yikes. Yikes. That A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia. Those 4 are a lot. That's it. They might get a 5th.
That's what I'm saying. They're probably going to get a 5th.
They might get a 5th.
I think they probably should.
Do they dare get a 6th?
They might get a 6th.
Because if Texas is number 5,
that's what I'm saying. There's
Texas. There's zero chance they're gonna let Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns not go somewhere. Like you,
they barely beat Mississippi.
But here's what I want though. I want the North Texas Mean Green to face the Texas Longhorns in the first round of the playoffs.
It'll be a good game. So far, Texas has played to their opponent
like
every week.
Well, but North Texas is like 8-1, and they've beaten some squads.
And
So
Texas will likely be a close game. I don't know.
And can I say that I'm mad that Navy won't get considered? Navy could have a 1-loss season. That would bother me.
They should be considered.
That would bother me, and especially being that Notre Dame is just coasting.
Well, that's just it. Notre Dame's going
to steal a spot.
It's the bias of being independent.
They're going to steal a
And
spot.
Navy and Army, regardless of what they do, they don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Damn you, Notre Dame. So let's go to ESPN and their projections. Currently, their projections, and let's just use one as a talking point.
All right.
That number 12 would be North Texas playing against number 5 Oregon. Number 11 would be the Virginia Cavaliers playing against number 6 Georgia. So there's that. Number 10 Notre Dame at number 7 Ole Miss. Number 9 Texas Tech at number 8 BYU. Now that tells you some numbers. That if BYU is your Big 12 champion, then they had Indiana at 2, Alabama at 4.
Indiana at 4?
No, Indiana at 2.
Oh, thank you.
Alabama at 4, Ohio State at 1, Texas A&M at 3.
Okay, I mean that feels about right.
And then you're leaving some folks out because that means that Memphis didn't get in. That means that there's some other folks that didn't get in. Right?
Yeah,
there's some things that happened in the last few weeks.
What is Memphis? They got only 1 loss, right?
Yeah,
they got to be if they're being
yeah.
considered
One pollster has them at number 12 that they would get in and face Georgia. They would get in and face Georgia. So North Texas and or Memphis State, but there's also, I mean, I would imagine that another Big 12 team is, another SEC team is just kind of hanging out going, that belongs to us, right? Oh man, that's funny.
It makes sense so many coaches got fired this year. It's been tough out there in the SEC. You're looking above you and it's like, oh, you guys have 7 wins already. And
Auburn still has a chance though.
I know, which is crazy. So does Florida. And they don't have a head coach and they got a chance.
So some of the projections, and you will find great intrigue in this. Let's start with on 3, right? So we can laugh at ourselves. And they had the top 4 seeds is Alabama, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. So it's pretty uniform as we currently stand.
Mm-hmm.
But it also means the 2 SEC teams get top seeds and get a bye that first week. But you'd also have 2 Big 10 teams.
Yeah.
So Big 12 and our ACC. Yo,
you guys having a party? You didn't get the invite.
What is happening here? Then in some of the bowls that we talked about, right? So we looked around to see where some of these Big 10, who they think from the Big 10 would get in. The first was the Game Above Sports Bowl in Detroit. They have Maryland. Now, Nebraska would choose ahead unless things have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like, win a game for crying out loud. We can get this done. But Maryland, they would have Maryland. Again, the opponent level is either Ohio or Western Michigan. So you got some MAC action. The Rate Bowl, Chase Field, Phoenix. They currently have Baylor versus Northwestern. Right. And we would not allow that. We would march.
We're taking over.
We would march.
We don't have to kick the fans out.
We want to go to Phoenix. Listen, we will fight you. 3 different sites have Minnesota playing in the Pinstripe Bowl against either Pitt or SMU.
And they love us there.
Yeah. No, we don't want them. Can we send them mail? Is that?
Yeah.
We don't want to date you.
I hereby request that our relationship is over.
We don't want to date you.
Last year was fun. It was new. It was exciting.
We barely know you, Pinstripe.
But it was just it was an emotional moment. I'm a changed man now.
It's not you.
I'm above you now.
It's not it's not us, it's you.
I've grown out of this relationship. This is the hope. You hope you can say we've grown out of this relationship and mean it by we're at a better bowl game. Sorry.
Oh man. There was a matchup that had Nebraska playing Oklahoma. But that's in a bowl game. But we'll talk about that as well. There's a matchup. This particular site, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This particular site has Nebraska playing in the Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee against Missouri.
I like that. We won the last time we were there.
But the other site has Illinois in that place.
No, sorry.
Playing LSU.
No.
We don't like that.
Nebraska.
We don't like that.
LSU would be an awesome matchup. Nebraska, Missouri would be sick.
The Alamo Bowl is apparently sexy because it is being projected as having Houston versus USC or Utah versus Washington. So that they must be balling. The ReliaQuest Bowl, Tampa, we talked about that. The two sites, one has Illinois playing Vanderbilt there.
Ooh.
The other has Iowa playing Tennessee there. So win out, Nebraska. Win out. Let's go to Tampa. Or you can. The Citrus Bowl has Michigan at Texas. Like they've got that in. It's one of the bowl games.
I think that's most likely going to be Iowa.
Yeah,
and whoever the SEC team.
The Vegas Bowl. The Vegas Bowl. Two sites. The first one has Iowa versus Utah.
That's a matchup.
The second site has California versus Nebraska.
Okay.
In Las Vegas. I'd be perfectly fine with Nebraska versus Utah.
I like that matchup too.
All red. Let's paint Vegas red. Paint it all the way red. Just go mad. Go mad, I say. Go mad. I don't know who I would root for. Yes, I do. Stop that.
Yeah, you would.
Stop that. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't root for anybody.
DP, that's the wrong red.
I would not root for anybody. The Holiday Bowl is also in play. One site has Georgia Tech at USC. The other has Miami at Washington and or Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So a Miami-Nebraska matchup in San Diego.
The electric
wouldn't suck. So you have some options. There are some things.
But look at a spot we're in, though. We get to talk about these.
Well, but it would be really cool.
Go to a warm one.
I don't want to go to New York for football. I want to go to like window shop and such, but I don't want to go watch football in the slush.
She's clingy. New York, the Pinstripe Bowl, it's the clingy bowl game.
I'm just saying, bro. Don't do that to me. Please. Like I would make it personal. Like you did this to me. No.
I hope it now if it does go there, I hope you get like 10 feet of snow while you're down there just so I know I could be sitting here like, no, DP's loving it.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be
It always
crazy.
happens too. There's always some storm cell around that time of year.
I know.
And it's not a fun snow, it's a wet. Your feet are soaked.
We get in, Becky and I get in a carriage. We do an annual ride through Central Park.
Oh,
horse-drawn carriage.
And no matter what the weather, it's gonna happen.
But they have blankets and all that stuff. It's still cold.
It's cold and wet outside.
There's no beating it.
New York. It's cold, wet, and it smells like wet trash.
No, it doesn't smell like trash. It does smell like wet horse because there's a horse-drawn carriage. No, New York is beautiful during the holidays.
I went in the worst spots. I was there for a little bit, and I went in the what I'm blanking on it, the square.
Yeah,
and it tourist hell there. So I did not see the best parts of New York, and it was like 105 degrees when I was there.
We stay in Manhattan.
Yeah, that's probably. I have not explored New York other than New York's literally worst spots. To be fair,
Manhattan, that's the deal. All right, we'll go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about these two basketball games and a wrestling match. All of that late night.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
All right, we have been flying all over this playoff thing, this bowl game eligibility thing, and what's required, and we've just landed. I think we can agree that we've landed on they need to win a game.
Win a game, keep us out of the cold,
right? Because so what did we say? Pinstripe Bowl, 33 degrees.
Yep,
33 degrees. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville, Opportunity, Music Bowl, Music City Bowl.
Could be a little chilly, probably not freezing.
Yeah, what did we say? 55.
It was about like 50s.
Yeah, right. And
maybe 60s if you're lucky.
Yeah. Vegas, Phoenix.
What was it? 60?
68 degrees for both of them.
Mm.
Go to Tampa or Orlando.
70s.
75 degrees. 75 degrees. So what did we learn, boys and girls? Win, Huskers.
You have to make it to San Diego. Might even see 80. Go get yourself a tan before the winter really hits.
I listen. We need to, you need to record a plea, Harrison. Dear Nebraska football.
I'll write one to the Pinstripe Bowl too.
Right.
Dear Pinstripe Bowl.
Dear PJ Fleck. Please accept.
Please accept our spot.
I just have a sneaky suspicion that they wouldn't mind if everybody's projecting them, because again, they're head, right?
Yeah.
Right, they're head of Nebraska currently, so it makes some sense.
Yeah, we can sell to them. Listen, after we won there and changed the direction of our program, a bowl game did a lot for us.
And
you guys would really do well there.
It's much easier to travel from Minneapolis to New York than it would be for them to go all the way across the country.
Yeah, yes, they want to bring their fans to Vegas and Florida. They don't want to. That's rude.
Like, yeah, you don't want to go to Orlando.
That's rude to ask.
You don't want to go to Orlando.
Travel that far.
You don't want to go to Orlando. It's lame.
We're in the middle of the country, so it makes sense for us, not for you guys.
Yeah, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Like, I'm just going to say, they don't want to do that. So let's hope.
We'll send this tape over to Minnesota.
Let's hope it plays out. What do you think? What do you think? Win a game, boys.
Now PJ Fleck's going to hear this and get the offer and be like, no.
Nope, Nebraska.
DP can be cold. Enjoy it.
Oh, would he wear socks for the Pinstripe Bowl?
I would hope so. I heard something the other day that concerned me in the pregame show. Steve Sipple, they were talking about somehow they got in their footwear. Steve Sipple was wearing sneakers with no socks. Is that a thing for him?
That's
a bold move.
See, there are things that, first of all, as a man, I stay away from. There are things and there's certain people that you don't want to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure there's a list of things that Steve Sipple finds normal that me personally, just me as man, me as human being, probably wouldn't do.
It just made me laugh. I was like, yep. that sounds about right.
Probably wouldn't do. As a matter of fact, I know there's probably such a list that I don't want to know what the list is. Don't want to know. Don't want to know. The less I know, the better. The less I know, the better.
Noted.
Like,
no further research needed.
Yeah, because 5 plus years.
Yeah.
Do you know that every morning that I walk in on time to early break, I will offer Steve Sipple either a handshake or a fist bump.
What do you land on? Why both?
Here's the thing. Because he never, on 2 consecutive days, gets it right. It is this.
He's in the handshake business too.
It is this rock, paper, scissors nonsense that, quite frankly, if he sees me coming and I offer him the fist, he's going to offer his hand. And if he sees me coming and I offer my hand, he will offer the fist. And he just shakes his head.
Like self-defeat. Like, I'm trying.
I don't know why I can't get that right. Can't get it right. Can't get it right, DP. And it's just every day. And then finally, the last 2 months, I just fist bump. I'm like, whatever I get, whatever I get is whatever I get. Like Jake and Coach Bush, they fist bump. I ain't gonna worry about it. Sipple, he'll leave me hanging. Like, I'll just have it sitting there.
That's the easiest read is the fist bump. That's why I transitioned to that as well, because the kids always got a new handshake. I say kids, like I'm not super old, but fist bumps. Easy one to read.
Sir. Sir.
So he's just getting you with the turkey. You give him a fist bump and he hits you with the open palm turkey.
Yeah. So no.
It almost sounds intentional.
I don't. Here's the thing: the only black person I know that will wear shoes without socks is Mike Tyson going into a ring to box.
Oh, so yeah, that makes sense. Steve Sipple, Mike Tyson. I think of those guys in the same circle.
For not the reasons you would imagine.
No, they're total polar opposites.
Yeah, for not
you cannot get more different guys.
For the things that I would go, yeah, I could see both of them do. Neither of those are things that you would think.
They're strange on they're on the same strange spectrum, and they just went different directions.
Yeah,
in the best way possible.
Yeah,
I just Sipple makes me laugh. That's all.
I
just
hilarious. He's hilarious.
Just had a hard squint when I heard that this morning. Or not the morning, but in the pregame. I was like, sneakers and no socks. All right,
sneakers and
it's kind of cold out today, but you do you.
Sneakers and no. First of all, he
on
calls
a night game.
First of all, he calls them sneakers.
Yeah,
he calls them sneakers.
Well, that was Sorensen's wording. Called them sneakers.
Sir Harrison.
Yeah, they're not sneakers. They're just shoes.
What? Tennis
shoes. Yeah, tennis shoes, basketball shoes.
They're Jordans.
Low cuts, Jordans,
right?
Whatever.
They're Jordans.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? They're Converse.
Sneakers makes me. That's the brand.
Yeah, but that's what you call them. So there's a beverage. There's a brown beverage with carbonated bubbles.
Yeah, that's the brown. That's Coke.
The brand.
The brand.
If you drink that same beverage from a white can with a red and blue circle on it, it's
Pepsi.
Does that mean that Sipple's tennis shoes don't have brands? Is that what we're learning?
That will not surprise me. His bikes do. His shoes don't. The gas stations do. He's an enigma of a man. I'm curious. Like
sneaker is pro-keds, black pro-keds in the 60s for kids who rode skateboards. Or maybe a boxcar.
Mm-hmm.
Sipple absolutely made yeah. I
just thought of the boldest move on a cold night game. It just made me laugh.
Man.
Got my sneakers, no socks. Let's go watch some ball.
Sneakers and my britches. Dungarees. Jeez, sneakers, man. That is hilarious.
Sneakers
with no socks, no less.
Right? It's just bold. I've never.
Here's the thing I can't remember. Does Sipple wear shorts?
I've never seen him in shorts.
Right?
So no socks thing would make sense. I didn't notice that either.
Right? Like, I don't know that I can ever recall. I'm sure he has. I just can't recall it.
99% chance they're denim shorts.
Dungaree shorts.
Yeah, or something like that.
Jorts.
I don't know.
Jorts. He's a jorts guy. He is a jeans and shorts guy. He's a jorts guy.
Yeah. With the I got like 10 pockets on here on my shorts.
No, he's got the painter's pants with the hammer hook.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Like I can store a lot of stuff in here.
And he wore the jean shorts with a leather biker's jacket.
100%. That one goes hard for Sipple. That's the one where he gets that right. Like you ride a motorcycle, so all right, leather jacket, that's you.
It could be 9,000 degrees and he'll have on
jeans and
leather jacket.
Yeah.
Steven Sipple, you are a unicorn.
Yeah,
you are. We'll go to break. We'll close out at late night. We went down the Sipple rabbit hole. That's a first though for late night. So bravo.
Yeah. Well, I used to work with him on early break, and I was like, this guy's interesting.
Interesting is the word.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
Shout
be
out.
back.
A career providing care that matters, great wages and state benefits, a team devoted to serving Nebraska's veterans and their families. That's what you'll find at the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. With openings in nursing, food service, administration, and more, our veterans homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, and Scotts Bluff have a role for you. Find your new career at veterans.nebraska.gov/employment. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey parents, want your kids to be successful? Then show them that school matters. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Ask your kids about their day, meet their teachers, and cheer them on. Public education is powerful, but with you positively involved, it's simply unstoppable. Your attention tells your kids school matters, and so do they. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
Welcome back. Final segment of the Monday, and we'll take you to Tuesday. An early break. We'll fire this bad boy up at 6 a.m. And we appreciate it. Again, the news. Again, the Huskers get an 86-53 win over West Georgia. Interesting enough, they got 22 from Braden Frager, 12 from Connor Season, 18 from, it's good to see Jamarcus Lawrence back in. He had a 5 for 8 night from 3. The Huskers have to shoot better as a team from 3 in that case. I will set the numbers and keep it in order. I think their second half numbers were better. They struggled from the free throw line, 16-25, which is never. Yeah, that cannot be a thing,
especially for a team who's supposed to be good at shooting the 3 ball.
But I mean, I think the starters. I mean, Connor Season was 1 of 2. Brink Masters 4-6. Price Sanford was 3 of 3. Jamarcus Lawrence 1 of 2. Braden Frager was 4 of 5. It's some of the bench guys that struggled a little bit too with the shooting. They shot 62% from the field in the second half, which was important because they only shot 30 in the first half.
It was 30-25 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it
wasn't icy cold according to Austin.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing. But it was exactly what was required. It was an early season non-conference, and they played as such, and it showed up. From the NBA, the National Basketball Association roundup, the Utah Jazz traveled to Boston and win 105-103. George led them with 31. Jaylen Brown with 36 for the Celtics. Knicks at the Garden knock off the Wizards. The Wizards fall to 1-6. Knicks improve to 4-3. Cat with 33-13. The Houston Rockets improved to 4-2. They get a win over the Mavs. PJ Washington leads with 29. Sengun with 26-11 for Houston. The Nuggets late in the fourth lead by 6 over the Kings.
Nuggets got it done. They got the win, didn't they?
Well, let me update because
130-124. It must have just wrapped up.
Oh yeah, it did. Well done. Timberwolves knock off the Nets 125-109. The only active live game I have are the Heat and Clippers. They're at 120-119. That just went final. James Harden led the Clippers with 29. Bam Adebayo led the Heat. The Bucks travel to Indianapolis and get a win. Giannis with 33-13. Pascal Siakam. What's wrong with the Pacers at 1-6? The Pistons improved to 5-2, and I think the league is better when the Pistons are better.
100%.
Right? That falls in line.
City deserves it too.
Yep. 130-124 was the final. Nuggets and Kings. Westbrook leading the Kings with 26, 12, and 6. The Lakers bounce back and knock off the Blazers. They were down early. DeAndre Ayton with 29 and 10 for the guys in gold. The Blazers fall to 4-3. The Lakers 5-2. So starting to get some personality.
6-2 now, right?
Yeah, starting to get some vibe. Yep, 6-2. We're starting to get some vibe on who these teams really are.
Mm-hmm.
So
my Bulls, man, only one loss.
Do your thing, man. Not mad at you.
I love it. Good year to be
Bears and Bulls. Get it done. Shout out to Amy Williams and the Husker ladies. Again, they had quite the night as well. Put up 100 plus. That is just,
I don't care who you playing.
Get it done in front of. Let me see the final number. 8,004.
There we go.
That's your attendance for opening day there at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll do it again tomorrow. Come hang out with us. You got a full day's work from 6 a.m. to 12 midnight, starting with early break here. 6 a.m. on the ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in.